The Fresh Toones Music Show is underwritten by the Animation Workshop at Animated Studio, providing animation instruction since 1993. Please visit their website at animatedstudio.com.
Thanks to the folks who led the way. Thanks to the folks, let us thank them every day.
Howdy, this is the Fresh Toones Show, and my name is Dave Paltz. And today's show is one of my inspirational live shows, and it's dedicated to Ruby Bridges. If you're not familiar with Ruby's story, Ruby was only 6 when she became the first African-American child to integrate a white Southern elementary school. On November 14th, 1960, she was escorted to class by her mother and U.S. Marshals due to the violent mobs that were surrounding the school. Ruby's brave act was a milestone in the civil rights movement, and as an adult, she's been sharing her story with everyone ever since. She inspired this song of mine called Do the Ruby Walk.
Ruby walked at age of 6. She could not grasp the hateful speech. 1960, that was the year for Marshals kept Ruby near, 'cause Ruby walked. Yeah, Ruby walked. Doll baby black and coffin held an effigy, their prayers to be. More than 60 years have passed. Now Ruby's truth erased from class, but still Ruby walks. Yeah, Ruby walks. Each one should ask, where do we stand? No cover left, let's take Ruby's hand, 'cause cross the bridge that lies ahead to share our tears and walk with love. Let's do the Ruby walk. Yeah, let's do the Ruby walk. Ruby walk. Yeah, the Ruby walk. Take the Ruby's hand and do the Ruby walk. Yeah, the Ruby walk. Yeah, let's do the Ruby walk. Let's do Ruby walk.
Well, Ruby Bridges has spent most of her life as a social activist, and it's kind of a coincidence that Ruby was born in Mississippi in 1954, which was the same year that the Supreme Court handed down its Brown versus Board of Education decision desegregating schools, and I guess that's where her journey as a civil rights activist began. When Ruby was in kindergarten, she was one of many African-American students in New Orleans who were chosen to take a test determining whether or not she could attend a white school. The test was written to be especially difficult, so the students would have a hard time passing it. The idea was that all African-American children would fail the test, and New Orleans schools would be able to stay segregated for a while longer. At that time, Ruby lived a mere 5 blocks from an all-white school, but she had to attend a kindergarten several miles away at an all-black segregated school. For many years, I taught kids in after-school programs in the city of Rochester, and one of the animations that I did with the kids was called Friends Come in All Shapes and Colors. It was a song that I wrote for the kids, and the kids all sang, and I recorded them, and we used it for the soundtrack of the video. Here's that song with all the kids enthusiastically singing along. Friends come in all shapes and colors.
friends are fun to have. Did you laugh and rap and run and play? Did you wish it could last all day? 'Cause friends, they come in all shapes and colors. All that stuff don't mean a thing. If we can smile and laugh with a good friend, yeah, that's what we really need. Ooh, 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 the more the merrier, so they say. So why not find some more? It doesn't matter where they came from or what they came here for. 'Cause friends, they come in all shapes and colors. All that stuff don't mean a thing. If we can smile and laugh with a good friend, yeah, that's what we really need. 'Cause friends, they come in all shapes and colors. All that stuff don't mean a thing. If we can smile and laugh with a good friend, yeah, that's what we really need. That's what we really need. That's what we really need. That's what we really need.
Well, Ruby's father was strongly against his daughter taking the test, believing that if she passed and was allowed to go to the white school, there would be trouble. However, her mother pressed the issue, believing that Ruby would get a better education at a white school. She was eventually able to convince her husband to let Ruby take the test. Not too long after, they were notified that she was one of only 6 African American students to pass the test, and that she would be the only African American student to attend the William Frantz School near her home. After exhausting all their stalling tactics by the Louisiana State Legislature, it was designated that the schools would be integrated. We have a lot of folks in our history that we owe a thanks to. This is a song that I wrote called Thanks to the Folks.
Thanks to the folks who led the way. Thanks to the folks, let us thank them every day. Open the doors when the doors were locked. Told the truth when the truth was mocked. Let us always remember mustn't forget that we listen very carefully and say what we must. Thanks to the folks who took the risk. What they taught us we mustn't miss. To lend a hand to plant the seed of love and giving is what the world needs. We may only be a single being, but we must try and be all that we can be. The way we live will speak much louder for the things we want to say. Thanks to the folks who led the way. Thanks to the folks who Let us thank them every day in our effort to do what's right. Let us try with all our might. Thanks to the folks. Thanks to the folks. Thanks to the folks. Thanks to the folks. Let us thank them every day.
Let's go hear it.
On November 14th, 1960, Ruby, with her mother and 4 federal marshals, arrived at her school, and there were large crowds of people gathered and yelling and throwing objects. There were barricades set up and the police were everywhere. Ruby, in her innocence, first believed it was like a Mardi Gras celebration, since she had lived in New Orleans for a few years. When she entered the school, under the protection of the federal marshals, she was immediately escorted to the principal's office and spent the entire first day there. Later, there was only one teacher, Barbara Henry, who agreed to teach Ruby. For years, she was the only student in Mrs. Henry's class because parents pulled or threatened to pull their children from Ruby's class and send them to other schools. Mrs. Henry and Ruby sat side by side at 2 desks working on Ruby's lessons. She was a loving and supportive teacher, and not only helping Ruby with her studies, but she also was there to help her with the difficult experience of being ostracized. Ruby really loved her teacher, and to this day she greets her with open arms. I guess even in those circumstances, Ruby had some fun going to school those days. This is a song I wrote for some students in an after-school program that we did some animation for. This song is called The Teacher and the Kids Fun Song. We're going to sing that line a couple of times and then go right into the song. Whenever that chorus comes in, please join in. It's the teacher and the kids' fun song. It's the teacher and the kids' fun song. When our teachers say good morning, we say good morning too. When we're asked to please be quiet, we all say shh. 'Cause if we can work together, we'll have more fun. If we can sing together, we can get so much more done. What's the name of this song? It's the teacher and the kids' fun song. It's the teacher and the kids' fun song. When we're told good job done, we smile and tell everyone. When we're asked please work harder, we don't tell anyone. But if we can work together, we'll have more fun. We can sing together, we can get so much more done. It's the teacher and the kids' fun song. It's the teacher and the kids' fun song. When our teacher asks a question, we all raise our hands. When we're called on for the answer, we say just what we know. But if we can work together, we'll have more fun. If we can sing together, we can get so much more done. What's the name of this song? It's the teacher and the kids' fun song. 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 This is the Fresh Toones Show, and today's show is an inspirational live show dedicated to Ruby Bridges. I've been sharing some of her story, so let me continue. Those first few weeks at the all-white school were not easy ones. Several times she was confronted with blatant racism in full view of the federal escorts. On her second day of school, a woman threatened to poison her. And after that, the federal marshals allowed her to only eat food from home. On another day, she was greeted by a woman displaying a black doll in a wooden coffin. Ruby's mother kept encouraging her to be strong and pray while entering the school. She continued to spend every day in Mrs. Henry's classroom, not allowed to go to the cafeteria or out to recess with the other students. If she had to go to the restroom, the federal marshals walked her down the hall. That walk must have seemed especially hard, hearing those people screaming outside the school that were directed at her. Ruby's walk was part of one of many civil rights marches that took place in the 1960s. This is a song of mine called One of These Days. One of these days, we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, we're gonna sit right up and say, we're gonna find it in our hearts to let our love do its part. One of these days, we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, justice will prevail, when we can march for rights without the threat of jail, when we can sing it from our hearts and know it's just the start. One of these days, justice will prevail. One of these days, there's gonna be a fair wage. If we work hard, we should get a decent pay. They say what we're not worth, but we work hard for what we earn. One of these days, we're gonna get a fair wage. One of these days, we're gonna see the sun come out, realize the fruits that so long we did without. We're gonna fill those baskets full and share them, yes we will. One of these days, we're gonna see the sun come out. One of these days, we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, we're gonna sit right up and say, we're gonna find it in our hearts to let our love do its part. One of these days, we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, we're gonna find a better way. Several years later, the federal marshal Charles Burks, one of her escorts, commented with some pride that Ruby showed a lot of courage. She never cried or whimpered. She just marched along like a little soldier. This song wasn't around then, but I can imagine that she had a little sense of that. She was going to keep on walking and do her schooling, and that she was going to withstand all those screams and yells outside the window. This is a song called Ain't Gonna Let Nobody Turn Me Around. Ruby Bridges has continued to march right along. She's been a lifelong activist for racial equality. And in 1999, Ruby established the Ruby Bridges Foundation to promote tolerance and create change through education. That early walk by Ruby was the start of a long walk that she continued throughout her life. Hopefully we can all do the Ruby walk and do what we need to do and make things fair for all kids. Before I end the show today, I want to finish up with this upbeat song called Stand Up and Be Your Love. There's just no way, so they say. Just close your eyes and close your mind. Say that's okay. Well, it's not. It's not okay. It may take some work. It may take some ways to bring about some changes, to gain a little justice, try and make things fair in this world.
have equal justice, and to be sure that your children are fed. It's only right to raise our voices. What's killing us are the things left unsaid. Stand up, speak up, rise up and be your love. To bring about some changes, to gain a little justice, to try and make things fair in this world. It's only fair to have equal justice, and to be sure that the children are fed. It's only right to raise our voices. What's killing us are the things left unsaid. Oh, stand up. Oh, speak up. Rise up. Be your love. And be your love.
That's it for the Fresh Toones Show today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Just want to send out some thank you vibes to the Ruby Bridges. So let's move ahead and do the Ruby Walk. Have a great week. Have fun. Do your thing. Be creative. Be helpful when you can. So long now. Bye.
Yeah, let's do the Ruby Walk. Let's do